Hello, we're Group Bravo, and we have developed Evolve a Pet, which is a game to teach children about evolution. We do this by allowing them to breed animals together which inherit traits from their parents. We had to implement a back-end model of genetics which included things like dominant and recessive genes and mutation. The most important part of our game, we felt, was the graphics. If the child did not relate to their pet or find it looked good, they would not want to breed them. We felt that screenshots could not do our project justice, so we prepared a short film to explain what a player would do in his first few minutes of the game. After entering his name, the player is brought to his stable, where all his animals live. Inside his stable, he has the option to create a new random animal in an empty stable slot. This is to prevent the gene pool becoming stagnant. After he has looked at his animals, he decides he does not like one of his animals and releases it into the wild. He now has a free spot so that he can perform some breeding. He decides to breed locally because he obviously doesn't have any friends to breed with over the network. After selecting breed, he is brought to this screen. Each animal has 7 chromosomes, and there's a choice of 4 chromosomes for each of those 7 within the animal. This allows you to finely tune what characteristics you want to pass to your animal's children, and much more easily breed an animal that you would like. Clicking on a chromosome also reveals more information about the chromosome. At the moment, these strings of text appear quite indecipherable, but if you have guessed what those genes mean, then they will appear in plain English. We will show an example of guessing genes later. After the player has finished selecting all the genes, he will press finish and be returned to his stable, where he will be given an egg which will then hatch into a new baby animal. As we can see, the animal that will come out inherits some characteristics from both parents, but the head and body have changed shape. This is probably due to either a mutation or some recessive genes coming through. After the player has bred his new animal, he decides to have a look at the animal's genome. From this screen, he can perform things like gene therapy or guess what a gene does. Here he chooses that this gene, Here he chooses that this gene must code for teeth, and indeed he is correct. The most obvious example of dominant and recessive is that carnivore is dominant over herbivore. So if we perform some gene therapy to change the carnivore gene to a herbivore gene, the animal's teeth should change. And upon returning to this animal in its paddock, we can see that its teeth have indeed changed. The player then completes the daily challenge to earn some points and returns to his stable, where he will then breed another animal after unlocking the stable slot. He's then returned to this scene. We are just doing this to show another example of breeding. We feel that the animals are the main feature of our game, and the amount of combinations that you can get with the small sample of sizes and shapes we have is quite staggering. Again, we can see that this animal inherits some traits from both its parents, and we hope you agree that the animals all look quirky and cute. Finally, I think we're going to return to the animal in its paddock to show you the most important part of the game. The player clicks the tutorial overlay, returns to the animal scene, and then clicks the tutorial overlay again. Pets love to be tickled, and now he tickles his animal and gets a reaction. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you very much.